Hey everyone, I'm Marty.
I'm Mark.
All right, good to talk to you guys. So I want to spend a little bit of time going over cover to cover in our campaign here. We're trying to bring together a program to help everyone, myself included as a student, to go through the Bible in a single year from one cover to the other cover. So you'll read everything and also come away with some understanding beyond just reading through it. For me, I tried to start this myself back in 2010. I've not actually completed my goal of reading the entire Bible, and I found that there were basically two issues that were stumbling blocks for me. One was accountability and the other was accessibility. Accountability in the sense that I could stop and nobody would care, and also I didn't have any skin in the game, and we hope to solve that by providing a cohort of people who are going through the same process and challenge together, and also making it so that we buy into it. So it's like going to a gym. You pay for a membership and then you're more inclined to go. Accessibility is a big portion as well, because I spent a lot of time trying to research different commentaries, and that amount of time just contributed to the burden that I felt in my life trying to go through it. So if somebody can be there to help answer some of these accessibility questions, it would go a long way to making it easier and in terms of time commitment. And so the accessibility part is truly facilitated by the presence of a guide, and Mark's here to be the guide for our program.
That would be me.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. That would be you.
Yeah.
And so want to introduce definitely Mark to the team. So Mark, could you tell us a little bit, how did you find your faith?
So I found my faith my freshman year of college, but I had grown up in a evangelical church, a few different evangelical churches, bounced around a little bit. I was always taught what the Bible said, and that, Jesus is God and Jesus died for my sins, and for a long time I believed it. And then as I entered into high school, I started to think more critically about it, and I started to realize that a lot of what I was taught didn't quite add up, or I didn't quite understand it. And I went through a very intense period of doubting and looking at the faith for myself. And for a long time, I was an atheist and really wanted nothing to do with the Christian faith. And then I sort of had this epiphany or revelation on my own, through my own personal research, that I started to believe in the Christian faith again. I became a Christian again. And I think one of the biggest stumbling blocks to me coming to faith was never being able to read the Bible objectively, and always having somebody insert their bias into what was being taught to me. In my case, a very conservative evangelical church. Not that they didn't mean well or that it wasn't a good church, but for me as a thinking person, as a person that had a lot of questions and doubts, I would have appreciated a program that would have allowed me to view the Bible and to learn really what it's saying just at a fact level, and then to make the decision for myself as to what it meant.
So I think that's actually one of the biggest concerns that I've heard from talking to people who might be interested in this program, is that the biases of the guide, your biases, would influence or complicate their progression through the Bible. So what would you say to those people?
I would say to those people that personally I've had a lot of experience in all kinds of different Christian communities, in various different types of theologies and understandings of the Bible, and I really respect and appreciate each perspective. Not saying that I agree with every perspective, because I don't think everybody can be right. That doesn't really make any sense, but I understand where everybody is coming from. And so right now I'm in seminary, and what I originally wanted to come to seminary for was to bridge the divide between liberal and conservative churches who have seemingly very, very different views about the Bible. But I think that if we're able to share our perspectives with each other, we might find that they may not quite be so different as we think, or we may learn things from each other. So I really appreciate the diversity of experiences and opinions and understandings of Scripture. And I think that diversity is very important to our personal growth in the faith.
So hopefully you'll bring that to bear as you run the guide, run the role of the guide in the program. So So when you graduate from seminary, do you have ideas of what you want to do?
So what I want to do is I want to have a ministry that specifically helps bridge the divide between the LGBTQ community and the church, because I think there's been a lot of miscommunication, misunderstanding as far as what the Christian church believes about homosexuality, and I think that there's just a need for a lot of healing and for a lot of reconciliation there, and I want to help bridge this divide without asking people to compromise their convictions or what they believe. But I'm not saying that we should just accept whatever just because that's what society is pressuring us to. But I think that there's a place for coming together and for having humility and reaching across the divide to people that we may not understand.
So perhaps like reading the Bible and finding what the guidance is.
Yeah.
For ourselves. So I think hopefully that gives everyone an appreciation of what we're planning to do in 2017 is to help people go through the mission of reading the Bible in 365 days, and along the way understanding different perspectives and facts, and hopefully arriving at our own conclusions. Maybe they're the same, maybe they're different, but it'll be a journey. So thank you guys very much, and hopefully we'll see you in 2017.
Thank you.